So I was looking at the flooding that happened on the island. It's really bad. Like, I mean, they haven't seen anything like this in a long time. We didn't really get any of it here. And the reason we didn't get any of it here is because this land is already all developed. So, see, the way it works is the land in the areas that are owned by generational islanders, some people with Hawaiian blood, Polynesians, people that have been here for many years. How you doing? It's them that get flooded. Just them, though. All the areas that were hit were all areas that the beast would very much like to buy for redevelopment. You know, and it's various, beast tentacles, oligarchs, celebrities, big tech people. You know, they want to buy up this land, and some of these generational islander people, Pacific Islanders, have been very stubborn. They even have like these campaigns like no sale of lands to foreign hands, and they're very against it. So much like they did in Lahaina, they just ruin the area and then make it not worth anything. Like, geez, I'm not going to let people upset me. I only stopped so she could go, but they said she just slows down. Hey, stay on target. So and then they did that in 2018 on Big Island. On Big Island, they were having these eruptions that were happening that were totally man-made eruptions. There was a meteorologist that was live streaming to YouTube, and I was watching it with my friend Craig, and he's showing that the eruptions are timed to go off. There's these mini little eruptions that were on a time, looked like they were on a timer. And they were working in a grid. They were running in a grid. Totally unnatural. And he was showing how it was being done to cause the bigger eruptions, like putting these little mini eruptions in the ground, whatever they were doing, whatever technology they had to make this happen, they were making it happen. And it was lava flows and flowing lava chunks, and they were clearing out these exclusive neighborhoods, collecting people, getting them out of there. There's a whole lot that went on with that story. There's people that never turned up again. Basically, they wanted an area, they cleared it out with a natural disaster. In that case, it was eruptions, volcanic eruptions. Then they did Lahaina with a fire. And then they did here in Oahu with water. And all the land that was made fucking useless or worthless or destroyed by them was all land that they wanted to buy to redevelop. Exclusively, and that's it. What do you say to that? Like, and there are still people that just think, that won't realize what's happening, or they can't admit that's happening because it would, shake their worldview, I guess. I mean, that's everything now that people call conspiracy. It's just things they don't want to fucking face. Yeah, the reason I think I'm relatively safe here, that's kind of telling this to my sister, because she texted me because she saw the news with all the flooding and was like, oh fuck. Like, now nothing happens where I am, because they already have a lot of interest here in this area. This area generates all the income for the entire island chain. So, and they have corporations here. A lot of them are here. John Podesta has a hot dog stand here, according to the Pizzagate Epstein files, whatever that means. They have a lot of interest in this area, and it's all developed anyway. Everything's been parceled out, spoken for. So there's no need to flood this area. They don't have to. They don't have to burn it. They don't have to flood it. They own it. They have it. Those other places they're hitting, like I said a minute ago, are all places that, for the most part, have a lot of native ownership and a lot of people that would never sell. Well, if there's a disaster and they die or their land gets destroyed, they becomes unusable, and they do want a lot of them to die. Famously in the Lahaina fires, the authorities, who are also a part of the evil forces, were sending people back into the fire. They were like traffic. They were directing traffic to go right back into it. Because as many, if the people die, there's no one there to really fight the state. And same thing with the deaths from the volcanoes and the deaths from the flooding here recently. I gotta wait for this whole fucking thing to go. Doors open. You're up. You gonna go? Or... Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna just jump in front of it because that's when they're gonna hit me. I think what he's doing is he's waiting for Amazon guy to leave. Okay. God help you all. You're all fucking stupid. So, yeah, they instead of, trying to pry the area from the people's hands, they just, destroy their land. Hopefully kill them too with it, is what they want. So, that's what's going on there. It's so clear to me. A lot of these things are clear to me. Like when I talk about the reason they're so trying to fuck up white people right now and diminish they're under attack. White people are under attack. And the reason is because, as I've always said, they're the only ones that can form a resistance. The only ones capable of opposing them. Now, I've never seen anyone else mention this. And I saw, not today, Satan mention it yesterday. So he's like the first guy since me that I know of that just pointed this out. It's very plain to me. Who's going to form resistance of any other type of person? There's no one capable. And they own most of the other groups anyway. They own black people. They own most of the, other races, Indians, Latinos. They own those people in one way or another. Whether it's through because they're paying them, or they're on the dole government, or they're hiding from the government. They can't do anything, and they don't have the capacity to do anything. They wouldn't be effective. Which black, Latino, gay, or woman army has ever conquered anything? Besides a fucking Foot Locker. They're worthless. They know they can never do anything. White men can. The only group of people that can. They're the only ones they're afraid of. That's why they had to take out Germany real early when they started this process of their final move to take over the entire world. They had to get Germany out of the picture because they were top tier whites. Really good at engineering, really smart. So they had to destroy them, and they did. They really did, and they made their fellow white brothers do it for them. That's how evil these fucks are. God, I try not to get mad. I just think, God sees it all. God sees it all. But yeah, that's what's going on here with the flooding. They wanted that land. And now they're gonna get it. Now they have it. So yeah, that's why it's kind of good for me to be here. As far as being able to survive long enough to keep making these transmissions, whatever value they have, it's message in a bottle type stuff. Thanks to all the people that had nice things to say and been supportive. I really do appreciate that. It's not everyone can just speak so freely about so many things because of the way society's set up. you get punished. I'm in a unique sort of space where I can kind of do this stuff, so I'm blessed in that way, and I feel it's kind of what I should be doing. It gives me some kind of purpose anyway. Purpose is what a lot of people seem to be lacking, and it makes people depressed and unhappy, and to add on top of what else is going on in the world. You know, the knowing that doesn't have to be this way. It wasn't supposed to be this way. This isn't what God intended. So why doesn't God just do something? I don't have time to go into that right now. I'm going to go upstairs for a while. But yeah, he can't basically. Not right now. He did send Jesus down now to try to explain this shit to us, and the Jews killed him. And Jesus was not a Jew, by the way. I'm so sick of hearing about that. But I can't, it's hard. It's like, because there's so much stuff behind everything. I just don't have the patience to explain everything to people. People just gotta read more. They gotta delve deeper. You do have to look into the abyss sometimes, and it will look back at you, and it'll fuck you in the head a little bit. But you come away with something. You come away with too much something sometimes. Thanks for dropping in. Until next time. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.
Stop being gay, Chad! What? No way!